Hello everyone, welcome back to US Formula One Source. I'm Brandon Pesic and let's take you to part 2 of my struggles of being an American Formula One fan. There's way too many. Formula One just got bought by Liberty Media, and that kind of goes along with my media presentation here. They their main goal again is to grow Formula One as a brand. You paid $4.5 billion, I think it was, for the rights for Formula One. Wouldn't you think you want to grow it overall, considering that the sport itself is losing viewers? I know that they're talking about some ideas about maybe making each race series like a week-long thing, like a week-long event, which is great. I like the idea of that. I don't know what exactly that entails, but how? At least they're thinking about stuff. But overall, though, other than that, I haven't heard anything what they want to do for the start of the season. And the start of the season is in March, March 14th, I think. I already said, but March. It's January 2nd. Happy New Year, everyone! But January 2nd, we only have 3 months to go. It's kind of concerning that they don't have any ideas right now. We don't the cars aren't even completed yet, so who knows how that will be. Yeah, enough about the media. As you can tell, I'm kind of frustrated about that. Maybe I'll save that for another video in the future. Another one is other than I don't know, Ray-Ban, Shell, like IBS, Mercedes, obviously some of the car names we know particularly, but most of the brands that are associated with Formula One, I just don't recognize with. I have no idea what they are. I know always the top German driver, independent driver, is say Nico Hulkenberg is sponsored by Decra. What is Decra? I don't know what Decra is. Both Sahara Force India cars are sponsored by NEC. What is NEC? I don't know what NEC is. I know IBM for Sauber, but everyone knows what Sauber is. They're also sponsored by CBS. You see that on their shirts, even in the video game. You see their shirts of CBS on it, with the flag, the peacock thing. Yeah, it's other than that though, it's I can't name most of the brands associated with Formula One besides Rolex and Heineken. Everyone knows that because they're global brands everywhere. But a lot of them are just so small and European based that it's they what even the Lotus, I think had a shaving cream or something on there, or Rogaine. At least people understand what that brand is. It's just I don't know, maybe help advertise their sponsors a little bit better. Maybe that also could go since most of them are team based, maybe you can tie along with their media thing. If they're allowed to have each team was possibly allowed to have well, they all have their own website, but let's say they'll have their own YouTube channel, and they could have their own broadcasts or their own podcasts or their own overall engineers corner or something like that. I just think that would be kind of cool. But yeah, overall though, it's a lot of these brands just won't click well with most Americans. I may know where they are. That's only because I'm actually a Formula One fan. But to someone that's a neutral looking in, they won't know what that is. What's IPS, which is what's on the front of a Sauber car. Or who's Sauber? What's Sauber? Unless you literally look up Sauber, you don't know what that is. Everyone knows what Ferrari. Everyone knows Mercedes. Everyone knows Red Bull. Well, not necessarily Red Bull Formula One team, but everyone knows Red Bull Racing. At least here in the States, because we have rally cross. Not really rally races, just rally crosses. But overall, though, the major issue with being a legit American Formula One fan is that with 99.9% of the population, if you want to talk about Formula One, most of them will have no idea what the fuck you are talking about. I swear. I even just talking to some of my coworkers, I'm like, hey, did you see the U.S. Grand Prix this weekend? Well, there was a race this weekend. Yeah, I was talking about all weekend. Maybe they I talk about it all the time, but they necessarily don't hear me or understand me or care. Most of the time they're just like, oh yeah, cool, and I'll just keep talking about it. Like, oh yeah, Lewis Hamilton, took the win, or like, like there was a major crash in turn one, qualifying. Like I'll talk about each stage. I even made a video about each stage, and most of them, like they all like gave it a couple of views, but it was like, okay, cool, cool. Overall, Americans just think that it's just so complicated, that overall, like I think they just tune out immediately. Just to the overall misunderstanding or complication of the rules. Um, but yeah, like no one actually understands a single word I'm talking about most of the time. So I'm gonna end it there. My ultimate goal is to try to teach you guys at least a little bit about Formula One. Try to make it easy. It's If I try to talk about it, it'll just be way too much information all at one time. It is just way too complicated. So I'm gonna try to break it up into some series, a series of videos. Possibly even have like a couple friends of mine asking me questions and I answer them. Previously talked about that, but I'm gonna have a couple series of videos coming out soon. I know one, for instance, I'm gonna talk about the teams in general. Talk about each practice format throughout a weekend, not practice format, but a race weekend in general. Possibly even have like a Q&A session with a friend of mine. I think that'd be cool. Oh yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. I have lots of cool things planning ahead. Thanks for tuning in to the U.S. Formula One Source. I am Brandon Pesic. Catch you next time.